What's going on, all my Cash App investors? Shadai back again with another Cash App investing video. And today I want to talk about whether ViacomCBS is the content prince of the game. There's a lot of things to think about, so let's get right into it. Just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, Viacom and CBS, they have been together before. They were one company, they divorced, and now they are back again. And I think they're back to compete against the streaming giants such as Netflix, Amazon. Maybe not even compete, but maybe even work with them. It really all depends on a lot of things that are going to happen in 2020 and 2021. The big question that everybody has right now is if Viacom CBS is undervalued at the moment. If you're thinking about streaming platforms and how much they're valued at, Netflix is currently valued at $374 per share for original content, for streaming content. Viacom CBS is currently at $34, and they have some of the most original content that millennials are familiar with. Should I go through the lineup for you? Yes, I will. The Viacom assets are MTV, BET, Nickelodeon, Comedy Central, VH1, and obviously CBS. They have CBS All Access, CBS News. They currently have a deal with the NFL that will be up for renegotiation, I believe, this upcoming year or the year after, which the merger could definitely help them get back into a new contract because they'll be a little bit more stronger than they were the previous year. I do think that without Viacom, that CBS would not get that new deal with the NFL. So there's still a lot to see there, but is Viacom CBS undervalued? What do you think? Like, when you're thinking about streaming content, like if you think about MTV, BET, Comedy Central, like all the shows, all the content that they produce under those platforms, and then you think about Netflix at $374, Viacom CBS at $34. That's a huge gap. Huge gap. So that's mainly why people are saying it's undervalued. I mean, at least should be maybe in the near hundreds range at least. But I think that the merger, everybody's a little wary about the merger, so no one really knows what's going to happen. But if the plays are done right, Viacom CBS, I believe, can definitely raise their stock price by doing just a few things. Now, they like I just mentioned, they have tons of content. So there's plenty of things that they can do with that content. Although they have sold use rights to some of their content, they have the ability to create more content. They have the ability to sell more rights to their content to platforms such as Netflix or Amazon that are competing with each other. Right now, content is like the game. And these companies are neck and neck. Everybody's trying to be on top when it comes to content and have the rights to content. So when you look at a merger or an umbrella such as Viacom CBS with all the content that they produce, they can easily make money off just selling the rights, the use rights of their content to other bigger streaming platforms that are fighting against each other. They're definitely the prince of the game right now, I would say, because they have the content. It's not like they're trying to pilot new shows. They have, like, millennials will never forget about MTV. Millennials will never forget about BET. Millennials will never forget about Comedy Central, VH1. There's just so much. Nickelodeon. Oh my God, Nickelodeon is just the name in itself. I don't think will ever leave the heads of millennials. So just with those umbrella platforms, What if Netflix wants to buy all that, the rights, or Amazon wants to get ahead of Netflix on streaming? We know that Netflix and Amazon are definitely in competition when it comes to streaming, and Amazon is trying to get their hands on everything. Amazon has the money to get their hands on everything. So there's a potential that you could see some selling of use of rights. What if a company that's in the down right now because of everything that's going on, such as Apple, says, let's take some of our money that we have and let's go buy some streaming content, or let's go buy ViacomCBS. Like, these things can happen. Maybe that is like kind of a stretch for Apple to come in, but it's definitely a potential. If Apple wants to compete, because I feel like Apple's being overshadowed right now by a lot of things that are happening in the world, and just there's no hype around Apple anymore. I don't know what it is. I don't know if we got appled out or whatever it is, but there's just no hype around Apple. So Apple needs to make some moves. They need to do something. And I don't think a new iPhone is going to get her done. With that being said, if ViacomCBS, they say, let's create our own streaming platform, which is possible, which I do think that some of their umbrella brands have their own streaming. CBS probably has their own streaming. But if they come together and they say, we're going to come up with our own streaming platform, they have the content to do so. They are next in line, I believe, to shoot up in stock price just based off one move. One move can take their stock price from $34 to $45, $50. One move. And they have the experience. We have to admit that ViacomCBS has experience. They've been around since the 90s. They have Paramount Studios. They have the platforms. They have the content. How is this merger being overlooked right now? Is everything that's going on in the world affecting how people are looking at ViacomCBS right now? If they lock in another NFL deal, or if they lock in another sport, it would just be huge for this company. I have to admit, I just kind of learned about this company, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, this is extremely undervalued for the names that just come along in this umbrella. It just doesn't make sense why the stock price is at $34. I don't get it. I really don't. There must be something that I don't know. But if they come together and create a streaming platform to compete with Netflix, which I don't really think they should do. If they do that, then I think that their stock price, I don't know. It's hard to say whether that would make it go up. I can't say that specifically would make it go up. But I think another cool show on either MTV or BET or Comedy Central can raise the stock price, or just even streaming numbers if they start selling some of their content, which they have the ability to do. Sometimes it may be cheaper for another company to just buy good content that you pretty much already know is going to work out, rather than to go invest in production and all this stuff and ad. And if Apple comes in and just says, all right, we're going to buy the streaming rights to MTV, VH1, BET, Comedy Central, Showtime, do you think that they could compete with Netflix? Or even Amazon? Or even just carve out a share of the market? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Those names are so prominent in our heads. Do you think that they could compete with Netflix? Like, Netflix has great content, don't get me wrong. A lot of people binge, they come out with great shows. But the household names under this umbrella, it's too hard to look past. This is a company that us small time investors, I think, do your research, but I think that we need to be in on this, because they are one move away. One move away. And with that being said, I did want to add in that I don't want you guys to be thinking that you should be doing dollar investments on Cash App. I think that maybe you don't have all the money to invest, but save your dollars. Save your dollars. I talk about a bunch of stocks that are under $100 and just buy shares. If you're trying to get generational wealth out of investing 5 years, 10 years from now, the dollar stocks isn't really going to do much for you. You need shares. You need full shares on your side. So I'm not saying, take all your money and just buy all the shares, but if you got $50 to spare, if you got $34 to spare, buy one share today. In a month or two, if you have another $34 to spare, buy another share. Keep just buying a share when you have the money. And then I think doing that will put you in a better position, because at least when the price of the share goes up, you own a full share. Your full amount of money will go up, rather than just having $1 and then, oh, the share goes up, okay, I get 5 cents. Which that could happen too on owning a full share. But I think when we're talking about generational wealth, I didn't want to confuse people on here and have them thinking that I want you to get on Cash App and just start investing dollars, or just $1 a day. I think that's not the right way to do it, because the stock price in each company fluctuates on a second, minute, day to day basis. So if you buy $1 today and $1 tomorrow, the valuations are different. So if you do that for 30 days, each and every single one of your dollars are worth all different types. It's a mess. It becomes a mess. You'll never know where you're at. You're not going to build generational wealth that way. So buy full shares. Stop being cheap. Buy full shares, and you will be better off in the long run. And I'm going to start promoting more long-term holds. I think Viacom is definitely a long-term hold, and I have a good feeling about Viacom. Like I said, there's nothing you cannot do when it comes to having a great brand name. And I'm not talking about ViacomCBS being great brand names. I'm talking about MTV, VH1, Showtime, BET, Comedy Central. Those are brand names in the minds of the millennials. We are the future. I mean, it only takes another show, another piece of content to just uplift it even more, to make it just even more exciting. Another deal. It's going to take other companies longer to build brand names like that. Even for Netflix to build brand name shows that really, really stick. Netflix does have shows that stick, but as far as household names, like the ones that are under the ViacomCBS umbrella, it's not comparable. It's not comparable. I don't think it's comparable, and I definitely feel like, after doing my research, I definitely feel like ViacomCBS is undervalued, and it's great though. It's a great moment for people like me and you to get in. A couple stock, as many stocks as we can buy. If we can get you can buy one stock every 2 stocks every 2 weeks. With your paycheck, that's like right now at the price that they're at now, it's like 60 something bucks. You don't know where that can be in 5 years. What if they shoot up to the $100 range, $200 range? Your $34 just went from $34 to $100, or $34 to $200. Now imagine owning 50 shares, 60 shares, 70 shares. You can really make some money there. So I think with all the details and research that I've done on ViacomCBS, like I said, I didn't really know much about this merger. When I seen this, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I was doing some research yesterday. I'm like, oh, because I'm always digging for those stocks that, if y'all understand me, them stocks that we can win on. And this is one of those stocks that I really think that we can win on. I'm definitely going to buy some stocks in ViacomCBS solely based off the brand names, because at minimum, they can sell the rights to use the content at minimum. So when you think about that, and you think about they're going in a I guess you would say a new direction. They're cutting jobs. Yes, everybody's cutting jobs. That's sometimes you have to consolidate. That's just the reality of it. And cutting jobs always doesn't mean that the company is heading in a bad direction in the future. Cutting jobs means they're trying to save the company. So sometimes it has to be done. and they might not be the go-to company right now, but hey, you never know where they'll be in a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, and I really don't see them being anything less than $34. It would be, I don't know, I'd be shocked. I'd be super shocked to see them go down to like $20. Like I said, based off the household names that they have under their umbrella, and they continue. Well, what other? There's another good show under the umbrella. The Snoop Dogg and what's the lady's name? The cooking show that Snoop Dogg has. It's great content that umbrella creates, and I feel like it can only get better because of their experience and their connections. I'd be willing to say yes, I agree. They are the prince of the content game right now, and maybe, I don't know. It's hard to tell whether they're gonna be king one day, but they will have pull. They do have pull just because of their experience, and like I'll keep saying, their umbrella, and that's what makes them so I guess good. This Viacom CBS company is definitely, no matter how their earnings come out quarter one, quarter four. I think they're expected to announce either this week or next week for the Q4, but they're on my watch list, and I think I'm going to get in very early. Let me know in the comments what you think about this Viacom CBS company stock, and where do you think that their position is in the industry. Do you see them being able to compete? Do you see them being able to rise? If not, let me know why. I hope you guys learned something in today's Cash App video. I'm going to continue to fish out those stocks that me and you watching, can benefit from. And I hope you guys continue watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you liked this video. Make sure you let me know how you feel in the comments, because I'm always up for discussion on how we can help each other. This is what it's about. It's about us helping each other grow and build generational wealth. And that's exactly why I am advising you guys not to buy dollar stocks, but just to buy full stocks, so that we can continue to grow as the future comes. I appreciate all you guys for watching. Thank y'all. I can't say it enough. Love. Peace.